Tolles Auto Pro for all your automotive needs.
Don't let your car keep you from making important plans. Take it to David Tolles Auto Pro, 515 Duncan Road and 1348 Versailles Road.
We are at Benny Watkins Field, and the same two teams that took to the field to take part in the 41st District Championship game are going to do it again. And here's how we got here. As Great Crossing really just in charge from the word go. Franklin County never really in the 1 versus 4 seed game. Kind of was what we thought it was, and Great Crossing just peppering away on that goal, taking shots from distance, and really this turned into a football score, 13-0.
Yeah, this was
final in this game.
This was a tough watch if you're a Franklin County fan. Just a huge difference in skill level, and Great Crossing showed off.
And on the other side of the bracket, the 2 seed versus 3 seed game featured Frankfort High and Frankfort Christian. As you see Autumn Wardlow there getting the attack started. Got back to her feet and got the garbage goal as a result.
Great
and then
cross.
was on the wrong end of this collision, which led to a penalty. And this is what made the game 3-0 for the Frankfort High Lady Panthers. And that would end up being enough as they tacked on another one for good measure here. After the goalkeeper spilled that, just some confusion in the back line, and then it's chipped in for the Panthers. And that's what got them here to this championship game, and should have a good one, Lanny Brannick.
Yep, I think it's going to be a great game. Bo Craycraft has this Frankfort Lady Panthers team ready to play. They went 8-5-5 in the regular season, but doubled up their opponents in goals, 63-30. On the other side of the ball, Trevor Klein has a team that he thinks can do some damage in the region. Great Crossing's been good all year, 10-6 record, but we'll lay out for the national anthem. And we'll be back right after this.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do,
and families are why we do it.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Tolles Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service, a full-service auto repair shop servicing all models. 2 locations to serve your automotive needs. Call 502-352-2988 for an appointment or go to davidtollsautopros.com.
Welcome back to Benny Watkins Field for the 41st District Soccer Championship Girls Edition. And as I was saying before we went out there for the anthem, the Great Crossing Lady Warhawks at a 10-6 1-loss record, no ties, so that's unusual. 59 goals scored, 23 allowed. And just a quick update, Bailey Maxwell, whose dad is the Great Crossing boys soccer coach, it's her 18th birthday today, and he asked me to give her a shout out. We'll talk about the boys matchup in a little bit. So, John, I think this will be a styles fight. I don't think the Lady Panthers have quite the athletics that the Great Crossing team does, but they are very disciplined and very well coached, and I think could be a really good game.
Yeah, and looking back to the 41st District Championship last year on the girls' side of the bracket, we faced a very similar scenario, and the Panthers hung in there, and we were in there until the final whistle, really kind of against what the paper, what the tail of the tape would tell you coming in.
Right.
And this is a better Panthers team than last year, I think, by far. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play this. I think you're going to see a Frankfort High team that defends a lot better than they have in years past, and they're going to have to do a lot of defending because, you know, the last time these two teams played, we had 3 goals, 2 goals from Kaylin Crump and 1 from Kendall Crump.
Yeah.
And it was a 3-0 win, and that was at Great Crossing, but it's tournament time's a completely different world.
Yep, that was just about a month ago. Kendall Crumps, who you have to watch on the Great Crossing side, she has 23 goals plus what she's gotten in this tournament. So she is a force to be reckoned with at forward.
And for Frankfort High, one name that you really have to look out for, and the jersey number is number 7, and that is Emma Johnson. She had a goal last night and was really the one who just dictated the pace of play, going everywhere. She's got a lot of freedom to roam around the field as she pleases, and she's really kind of the engine for this Frankfort High team.
30 goals before we got to this
31
tournament.
now, yeah, exactly. I was trying to correct you, and you were getting there.
Incredible. That's an incredible season.
Yeah. Great Crossing, however, with the early possession. Here's the shot from distance. Getting down to make the save that time is the goalkeeper for Frankfort High. That's Taylor Gaines.
Tested early, and I think that is something that you're going to see out of Great Crossing. They're just going to see what Frankfort has. They took that was a long shot. That was outside of the box, completely outside of the 18. So far, early on, it's Crossing with more of the possession.
And you said that was the strategy that Great Crossing applied on Tuesday night. They just kept taking shot after shot, forcing the keeper all over the place, and you know they got 13 goals out of it. So
yeah, this is a completely different level of play. The thing about Crossing you have to think about is they have played a bunch of really tough teams all year. Frankfort has a nice record. But they didn't play the level of competition that Great Crossing has played, which is, you know, no fault of their own. They're playing schools in like size. Great Crossing is a 6A school coming in here against a 1A Frankfort Panthers team. Probably wants that cross back. Just not quite where it needed to be. But as you see, the Lady Warhawks are just possessing the ball.
One thing that, you know, in talking with Bo Craycraft before the game, commentator last night, Brad Thomas rather, pointed out was that, you know, he was going to drop back. He was going to have a deep lying midfielder who kind of had some license to drop back into the back line, and that I think is we'll be interested to see if that's what we go with again. Is they're going to be doing likely more defending because Great Crossing possesses so well, moves the ball around the field so well. And we'll have to see how the Lady Panthers deal with that.
Yeah, they're really only going to have a couple of forwards. They'll look to get to try to keep a clean sheet and then maybe get a goal or two on a counter strike or something like that.
Yeah, they had a lot of good luck with Autumn Wardlow down the right side last night. She played a heck of a game, got that goal after the cross she put in was deflected away. That was the second goal for the Panthers last night.
Nice stop there by the senior Cora Anglin. First set piece of the match.
And here's a place where the Sun might actually, I thought maybe Great Crossing would try to play one directly into the box.
Deep, and that's in.
Yeah, and that's, again, looking right into the Sun is Taylor Gaines. I don't know whether that affected her or not, but either way you slice it, that was an incredible shot. That was number 10 for the Lady Warhawks. Kaylee Tyson creating a little space for herself. And that's what they like to do. They have, I'd say, green shirt, green light. They've all sort of got, you know, free range to have a shot at goal when they get a little bit of space. And not even 5 minutes gone, the Warhawks already on top on the scoreboard. Threatening again here. A lot of white shirts scrambling to get back behind the ball. Now it could be dangerous as it kind of takes a dead bounce, but
nobody in there.
Yeah, that's one of those where, you know, if the keeper has a little trouble seeing it or they're just having trouble playing the bounce or it takes a weird bounce, if you crash the goal as an attacker, you've got a good chance of creating some havoc in there. I've seen that lead to many goals as Frankfort High now trying to get something headed towards that great crossing goal.
Battle for possession here in the middle. Still no, now Crossing has it. They'll play a little keep away here in the middle. And
yeah, kind of some token pressure that time by Frankfort High. Great crossing, breaking it up, and now they've got a chance to hit the ball in.
There.
That ball had some nice direction, but not a whole lot of pace, and it hits the corner flag, which
you don't see that often.
Which keeps it to just a throw for great crossing.
Back to your, oh, that's an unforced error.
Yeah, that one. A little bit of frustration there with the Lady Warhawks, but you can see the humor in it as well.
Kaylin Crump was like, come on. I believe that was her sister, Kendall.
So that is Kaylee Tyson, and I believe that will be her 11th goal of the season. I believe she scored. I think we'd be all night if we were trying to figure out the players for great crossing who scored.
Yeah, the other night it was a bunch.
It's easier to just tell you the ones that didn't. But
well, let me tell you how many Tyson had the other night. She scored the first goal, and then she had, that was the only goal. So
that brings her to 11 on the season, and nearly another goal for great crossing as that shot from distance hits the crossbar. Now Frankfort High trying to counter and just maybe stop the pressure that great crossing is putting on so early in this game.
And this is where Coach Craycraft thinks he might be able to make some hay in a counter and to get one quick.
Yeah, he does have speed on the wings, and that's really what you need to be able to play that sort of counterattacking style.
Out wide right. Here comes a
That's
cross.
a dangerous cross headed
Oh.
into the area, but just wide of the goal. That was number 2. I believe that was,
No, that was
or number
that was
18.
Kendall
rather.
Crump.
Let's take a look at this shot before.
Off the crossbar.
Yeah, and that was
Oh.
really, she had Taylor Gaines dead to rights. She really probably would rather have put it either side of the goalkeeper there, but
Well, the goalkeeper
went for power.
She was in the right angle, in the right spot, but yeah, it was over her head.
Here comes great crossing again. Laid off, and this one's finally cleared. And Frankfort High has a chance to maybe rest their legs a little bit. As we've got a look at a great crossing player there. We didn't see the jersey number.
Across there, handled.
Yeah, and that can be a tough one. Again, I don't know how much, but if you look at the way the sunlight is hitting the direction of the players' faces, you've seen a lot of great crossing attacks coming from that side, and that's got to be intentional.
Yeah, that Taylor Gaines is going to be busy with attacks with the sun in her eyes, and that's I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it certainly makes it tough. As you can see, the shadows, the sun is coming right into the camera. That will change here in about an hour as it goes down. It'll get behind the grandstand here in maybe half hour.
Frankfort High just having to play a lot of
yeah, Crossing won't be afraid
just keeping solid
to take it back with a 1-0 lead. Of course, they want to add to that if they can, but as long as they possess the ball, they don't really need to do much more. Great move there.
Yeah.
Shot from distance, and that's wide.
Yeah, nobody on this great crossing team is afraid to have a go from outside the box.
There's Kaylin Crump there. I like the setup here. She sets up her defender and gets it on the good foot and just outside of the box. Frankfort really having trouble getting it across midfield and keeping possession when they do.
Here come the Lady Warhawks.
Crump.
Shot from distance. That one's going to be just a little bit too wide. We'll have a goal kick, and this has so far been a little difficult for Taylor Gaines there in the goal as she's put them into a little bit of trouble, and I think now you're seeing the result of that, as I believe that's Kaylee Curry who scored that penalty for the Lady Panthers as goal number 3 last night. She's on free kick duty here, and it's so tough to play free kicks like that because you're always kind of at a disadvantage as the team that's playing the free kick, or the goal kick rather, because as I mentioned this with Brad last night, you're backing up to get the ball. The other team's running towards the ball.
Yeah, if you are, if you don't have somebody that can take a goal kick and put it out past midfield, you're already at a disadvantage, especially with a team that can possess the ball like the Lady Warhawks.
Yeah, you're really, it's almost just you're putting yourself under pressure if you can't do it correctly.
Kaylee Tyson with the throw in, back to her. Just working it down the field, into the midfield. They'll switch fields here. Complete switch. Back to Addington.
Yeah, a little bit of space for Addington. Nice move to get a little bit free.
She's got
room to run in.
Yeah.
Panther gets a foot to it.
She could have taken the corner there, but she decided to play it.
That is a misdirected shot. Still bouncing around the box. Now
Turned
Frankfort
over.
High finally gets a foot to it, and this is Pires, and she's got a chance to lead the break. Emma Johnson just trying to chip that forward.
Chip and chase there.
Yeah, Autumn Wardlow, you saw number 2 there in the long sleeves. She's going to get another chance out of here. She's got a little bit of space to run in, just couldn't get the ball to fall kindly to her feet when it mattered most. That'll be a throw for the Lady Warhawks. But
oh, it's a throw. It's the throw.
He pointed towards Great Crossing first of all. Let's see. Let's take a look at this again.
Yeah, just one on 3 right
I thought
there.
That was a.
I don't know why she let it go out, because it's a Frankfort throw, and they'll have a chance to push up, get some players in the middle of the field or on their offensive end.
Yeah, it looked like Wardlow was the one that hit that last from my perspective, but can't always trust that.
Over there in the shadows. Now they'll switch fields and push it up the left-hand side, making the Lady Panthers work.
Here's Crump, nice cutback, getting onto her right foot, plays it towards the center. And with the goal lead, you've earned the right to be a little bit patient in the build-up, and Great Crossing certainly has the confidence to do just that as they switch fields here.
Turnover deep, but
goal aside, Frankfort High has been pretty solid in their defending so far, just not losing their poise, and that's going to be key because that's going to be a real point of emphasis, especially the way Great Crossing just keeps pouring on the attack. You really just have to keep your composure, and most of all, you have to communicate and just keep your structure. Keep your shape. Nice shot by Gaines there to wrap that up. Sometimes those long shots, especially with the way the sun's still a little bit in her face, can be tricky for a goalkeeper. But she wraps that one up well and holds on to it, which is the most important part.
I have her unofficially with 5 saves already, so it's a busy night. That doesn't count the ones that went wide left and wide right that she did not have to touch.
And this one's going to run out of play.
Goal kick, Frankfort High.
All right, so Frankfort with the goal kick here. We're just about 14 minutes in. 41st District Championship here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week, brought to you by the David Tolles Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service. Appreciate their sponsorship for many, many years on football and soccer.
Frankfort High now maybe with the chance to get something headed towards that Warhawk goal is really a player that we haven't seen get a touch yet for the Panthers is their star, Emma Johnson.
Addington is just running through the midfield here.
Just all kinds of space to run into. Frankfort High having to back off. Great Crossing with some numbers forward, and the shot from distance going high and wide.
I think that was Kaylin Crump there, or that might have been Kendall Crump. That was Kendall Crump.
Yeah, she had another Lady Warhawk out wide right, but I think that player had just drifted offside, which was why she had to take the shot from distance.
I don't think she, is hesitant to take any shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Not at this point in the season.
And again, we see goal kicks being a problem area for teams. And that is, we didn't really see, it'll be a throw-in for Great Crossing.
Addington's doing a really good job controlling the middle. She's a senior.
Collision in the box there. Frankfort High just trying to clear the ball here as they've been under quite a bit of pressure so far in these opening 15 minutes.
On the sideline. Big right foot.
Yeah, the cross coming in, and I'm not sure whether that was a cross or a shot, but
I think that was a shot, but I could be swayed another way.
yeah, the trajectory of where she was made me think there was maybe a cross that she wasn't able to hook in there, and a lot of times, or it could be a shot and you're just trying to see if the keeper maybe spills it.
Yeah, they ran into that a lot last night.
Lady Warhawks attacking down the middle now. Well, they're going to push it to the left. Here's Addington. Try to play it back to, I believe that was Broadus over there. But now here come the Panthers and finally able to get some white shirts forward. You can see kind of what the game plan is for the Panthers. They're just trying to get number 2, who's playing up top. That's Autumn Wardlow. They're trying to get her into a little bit of space, and that ball over the top's a little difficult because she's giving up a lot of height to the defenders for Great Crossing, but she's definitely got speed and she's got strength and some real energy about her as well.
Addington leaves it. What's the call there?
She came from offside to pick up the ball, I believe is what the call was.
The announcer is funny.
A lot of times they'll see that and it'll be a little bit confusing because the player is, you know, probably about 10 yards onside by the time the ball gets to him, but it is when the ball is kicked.
Right. With
here comes Great
here.
Crossing, and now flag stays down, but able to clear this one is Savannah Cameron. That is the junior defender.
And they'll move up here.
Let's throw in
a no man's land there.
Yeah, it was a heavy touch by the Lady Warhawk who got to that throw in that led to Frankfort High getting possession here, and they're going to get a free kick. It's a little bit too much of the arm shown by the Great Crossing player trying to get the ball back.
Yeah, Wardlow just got pushed out of the way there.
Free kick comes in and drops briefly in a place where Frankfort High could have gotten to it. Great Crossing with the first touch to it, but now Frankfort High they're in a position right now where they can't commit too many bodies forward because they don't want to leave that space in behind, and it's really difficult for them to get any kind of sustained possession. Nice through ball. And it's going to run just out.
That looked like it had bad intentions all over it there.
The idea was correct and was weighted pretty nicely.
Finley Icy just couldn't catch up to it.
Got a couple of substitutions in here. I believe we've got number 8 coming in, coming back into the game, Hannah Hayes, for the Lady Panthers.
There's Addington.
Nearly a collision there,
Almost
but Pires was very close to getting a little bit too much into that, and that one tipped out by Frankfort High.
Thought that was a good play on.
Yeah. Really tough to find where the sideline is on the opposite side of the field from our angle right now. Addington this time has it taken off of her feet.
Good defense there by Abby Vaught. Kaylee Curry trying to get to it. Now we're in a danger zone.
Cross comes in, and coming in to make the clearance is number 33. That's Cora Anglin, the senior center back you see right there. And that was a good job of reading the game by Cora Anglin, because that through ball, if it had gotten through her, that could have very well been our second goal of the night.
Yep, That was in a dangerous spot. Here's a cross.
This one jumps up a little bit, and I think that was a situation where England was just kind of in no man's land. She couldn't move, and I think she knew she had to get out of the goalkeeper's way, but it was almost too quick to be able to.
Counter strike coming here. Lady Panthers.
Pyra's just not able to get a decent touch on the ball. Here come the Lady Warhawks countering the other way.
Haley Maxwell with a good through ball.
She's got someone on the far post coming in, and that will be goal number 2. The cross finds a friendly shirt, as that is number 18 finishing for Great Crossing.
Kendall Crump.
Kendall Crump with yet another goal. And that brings her to at least 24 on the season. I know she had some on Tuesday night as well.
This is set up by Maxwell's brilliant ball here.
Yeah, that's just great team play. And the cross coming in.
Sister to sister there, Kaylin to Kendall.
Kaylin Crump with the assist. Kendall Crump with the finish, and kind of the same story as the first time these two teams met, where the Crump sisters are the bane of the existence of the Lady Panthers. Here come Great Crossing, not letting up. We've really not seen many touches on the left side for Emma Johnson. I think they're...
Is that onside? No.
Yeah, she was a little bit offside that time.
Yeah, Great Crossing is playing basically 4 forwards. They're kind of leaving their back end open and hoping that they don't have too much to do back there. They've got 3 forward, at least 3 forward, if not 4 in the midfield. But their defenders have not really had much to do other than to get it forward.
Yeah, and if you see, they stay compact. They're not really, they don't let themselves get spread out too much.
I actually think that the Great Crossing team has great discipline as far as like giving each other space, but you're right, they compact the field. They're not having to play back anywhere near their 18 most of the time.
And there's always, every time a player has it, there's always an out ball. There's always at least 1 or 2 options that you have, and that takes a lot of just playing together, being in sync, and you know, that sort of pass and move. You just always have to sort of be thinking about where do I need to be to get the ball.
Yeah, it's great discipline.
It's a shot from distance,
Oh.
just did not curl in. I think it just didn't have enough English on it.
Taylor Gaines is seeing a lot more shots than she's probably used to, given that they had a winning record this year.
That was the junior Abby King for the Lady Warhawks.
And this is going to be
That'll be a
corner
corner
kick. Second corner of the game for the Lady Warhawks.
Again, we see goal kicks causing problems.
Yep. Let's see who's over there to take it. They may do the short corner here.
Yeah, and that you notice that Frankfort High sends Pires over there just to sort of maybe cause a little bit of congestion, trying to play a short corner situation, and that will be a goal kick.
Yeah, they definitely did that. They planned that short corner, and as you said, Pires there to be a disruptor more than anything. It's Emma King.
And there you can see the respect that Coach Craycraft has for this Great Crossing attack. You know, there were the keeper and had 2 white shirts back on the goal line for the goal kicks. They're trying to keep as many bodies back as possible. I think they just want to stay in this game and, you know, just hopefully wait for their opportunity. But the problem with that is now you're down a couple of goals and anything could happen. But this might be the opportunity here as Wardlow just tries to flick it past the defender, and nice job of putting out the fire before it became a bigger problem for Great Crossing. We'll take a look at it here. It's a nice job by Wardlow to read the play and jump the passing lane.
Yep,
she's been really impressive in what we've seen of her this tournament. Should mention too, both of these teams already have punched their ticket to the 11th region tournament. The higher seed will be, of course, the one that wins this game.
Throwing, great crossing.
So no matter what happens tonight, these teams will at least get one more game.
Yep, in the region. 11th region is tough. Always is. Lady Warhawks just possessing the ball, just slowly moving it up, taking their time, trying to keep lane discipline, make sure they always have a place to go with the ball, attack when they get a little advantage. It's pretty basic, but it's also kind of beautiful to watch.
Yeah, and you could see the way Frankfort High has been forced to defend so far, and you saw it right there. They've really only got one player back at any given time, and even that's relative. As you know, when they're down the right side, it tends to be Emma Johnson who follows the play, and then on the left side, it's Wardlow.
There was a short corner there we didn't get to see, and that was a little tricky ball there, and Kaylin Crump tried to head it in, but good work there by the keeper, Taylor Gaines. Got her unofficially with about 7 saves now.
And now a misplaced pass just plays it right back to the feet of Great Crossing, and I think that's one thing that I've noticed so far. Great Crossing just much more comfortable with the ball at their feet in possession generally. 1 through 11 on this team.
Yeah, they know how to possess the ball. They know how to keep it away when they have to.
And that's something that you know, that kind of confidence is just something that really can make your life so much easier as a coach, because you know that players aren't going to kind of they're not going to panic with the ball at their feet and just try to play whatever pass they can and just try to get rid of it.
Kaylin Crump had a good run at it and tried to center it, but nobody home really. There were almost a cleanup effort there by Sister Kendall, but
yeah, that was, I believe, Hannah Hayes, the senior, coming in to make that block, but just kind of jammed the ball against the turf as she tried to kick it, which almost led to a really dangerous situation. Here come the Lady Warhawks again, attacking down the left side.
Nice stop there.
I thought Crump was going to line up for another right-footed curler, but instead lays it off, and trying to make the corner there it's number 10, Kaylee Tyson, and the ball just went out of play.
Hannah Hayes doing a really good job there, shoulder to shoulder. Not playing dirty, just playing tough defense.
Definitely one of the more colorful goalkeeper shirts I've seen in a while. Just under 13 minutes left, 2-0. Great Crossing on top here in the 41st District Championship game, and this is the score line that we had for almost the entire evening the last time these two teams met in this particular game. And then Frankfort High getting one back with about 5 minutes left to make it interesting, but Great Crossing looking to defend their title in the 41st District.
While the ball's in midfield, want to take a moment to thank our other sponsors, Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher, West Banco, and the Central Kentucky Toyota dealers. Our replay sponsor is Goins Insurance, and the Floor Show sponsors. And the Scorebug sponsor, as you can see, is Whitehead Hancock Plumbing. Coming up, we'll have our Classic Goldmaster Jewelers halftime show.
Crump sets, fires. That one curling wide, but you could see just based on Gaines' reaction here, she was completely ready to make a save, and that one didn't miss by much.
Yeah, she was there. She was there.
She was there. I don't know that she would have even gotten it, though. If that ball had been just about a half a foot curled a little bit more towards the goal, that would have been goal number 3, and I don't think there's much that Gaines could have done about it.
Bailey Maxwell back into the contest.
The birthday girl, Bailey Maxwell.
Yeah, birthday girl. She can vote now. Her dad is prepping to coach the Warhawk boys in the 41st District Final. Had a chance to talk to him a little bit earlier today. We'll talk about that later on.
Panthers getting some substitutes in, and that's one thing that Coach Craycraft is going to have to really manage, is the fact that they're playing on less than a day's rest.
They do have enough numbers to make subs, though, so that's good.
Yeah, and it does bear saying that the two teams with the deepest benches are the two teams that you see in the championship game. There's the cross coming in by Great Crossing, sneaking in to nearly get her foot to that. I believe that's Kaylin Crump. Lays it off, heavy touch by Lady Warhawk.
To Sister Kendall.
Just
Maxwell.
Pulling that Frankfort High defense from left to right, and Frankfort High just really on the wrong side of a game of keep away at the moment.
Temple sends it back out. They'll try the right-hand side now. Nice move.
Yeah, cut back, but ran out of room and ran out of friendly shirts.
Immediately taken back.
Yeah, that is one thing Great Crossing does well, is once they lose possession, the pressure is on, and they're always sending someone out there just to hawk whoever has the ball and usually getting it right back.
Yep. Maxwell resets it. And they'll switch fields. Make the Lady Panthers work on defense. Tapple.
Left side there, playing it to Crump. Gets it to that right foot, and this one just cleared into the air. We'll have a couple of substitutions, maybe at least one.
Number 5, Kylie Moore. Number 20, Jasmine Thompson. Number 24, Cameron Kenny.
And this is huge for Great Crossing because they, obviously have a lot more rest than the Panthers do, but they're also buying minutes for some of their biggest goal threats and some of their most important players here.
Yep. They won't lose a whole lot when their subs come in. They have good starters, but this is a pretty balanced team other than the Crumps, who do a ton of the scoring.
And I think one thing that I've noticed about Great Crossing is every time someone gets the ball, there's intent. They know exactly what they're trying to do and where they're trying to go with the ball.
Cross, and this is dangerous. Oh, disappointing. Cora Anglin had a chance to make a play on that, and it just went the wrong way on her.
And that's one thing I talked about. Well, that's something I talked about with Brad last night was, and he mentioned it perfectly. It's what would you prefer to do? What were you trying to do in this situation? What's the intent of what you're trying to accomplish here? And that's something that it seems like Great Crossing always just, they have an idea of what they're trying to do. What I think what he put it was, what is your vision of what's happening here? Rather than just, you get the ball and you're just sort of trying to figure out on the fly what you're going to do with it. Not a lot of people have that capability.
No, I think for this team, everything is possession and pressure. Possession and pressure.
The throw almost left it in the path of a Panther. Great Crossing again, just a little bit sharper, and now they've got a attack going down the right-hand side.
Good stop there by Savannah Cameron.
And Cameron just knocking it out, letting the defense get reset.
Well, the first thing she did was stop ball, disrupt, then try to make a play. And there she is again.
That cross is just a little bit chipped up in the air. The clearance just deflected somewhat. Great Crossing ends up back with it, and here's a shot from distance. They're going to test Gaines again, but that one really not on the frame of goal.
34 minutes in here.
So we see Autumn Wardlow coming back into the game for the Lady Panthers. Alongside number 12, that is Madeline Starkey.
Who we've not heard from is Emma Johnson, and it's got to be frustrating. She's had a few touches here and there, but nothing that was ever threatening.
Yeah, and I think she's having to drop back so much because it's just sort of a team effort on defending that we've seen from the Panthers thus far this evening, and you see her kind of occupying that central space there, and really I think Great Crossing is kind of effectively taking her out of the game.
Very much so. Here's a bad ball. Here's a chance for her. She's running forward on the left-hand side, but immediately taken away. This is unusual. So this is the first time they've played it back to the keeper in that fashion.
Yeah, Wardlow providing a little bit of token pressure there. And here's Emma Johnson with a nice cutback, and you see the skill that she has. Trying to play it into the path of Pires, who's got space to run into. Pires still with it. Gets a cross in, and Great Crossing has not had much defending to do tonight, but we're solid in that situation.
That was the first threat that they really had. The first ball inside the box that was of any threat.
Substitution for Great Crossing, checking in number 11. Peyton Maxwell, number 25.
Bo Craycraft urging his team
on the floor show replay, that just shows you the level of skill Emma Johnson has.
Yeah, that was a
put that
ball.
Pass on a dime right into the path of Pires, and Pires nearly made something out of that.
Yeah.
But Great Crossing, again, it can be tough when you're really the team that's sort of attacking as much as Great Crossing has. Eventually, you're going to be called on to defend, and sometimes it's hard to keep your concentration.
Maxwell had a good ball in through there, but taken away by the Lady Panthers. And here they come back again, showing some life late in this first half.
Johnson finally able to get to the ball and have a little bit of influence on it, and you can see just how important she is to what Frankfort High does. Here's the shot from distance. That's going to find the back of the net. What a strike. And that is number 18, Kendall Crump. With the shot from distance, nearly tearing the back of the net off. 3:39 left in this one, 3-0. Great Crossing on top, and that's a confident strike. It looked like Hannah Gaines maybe got just a touch to it, but there was a lot of heat on that. It was going to be tough to stop no matter what Gaines did.
It's got a shot at Esprit Credit Union Player of the Game. And
now Frankfort High with a lot to do, and I think that idea of trying to stay behind the ball may have to go out the window here, because you just got to get back in this game if possible at this point.
They're going to have to take some risks. I'll have to move everyone up, or try to move everyone up.
And the problem there, and really the hardest thing for the Panthers, is just when you started to really get the slightest bit of a foothold in the game, we finally saw Emma Johnson starting to assert herself a little bit and get a little time on the ball. All of a sudden, you're now down 3 goals rather than 2.
And that's a big difference.
Great Crossing will have a corner here as well.
Corner kick, Warhawks.
And the last thing you want to do is go into halftime down 4-0, because then it starts to become not, can we get back in this? It almost becomes, how do we keep from getting embarrassed?
Short corner taken away by the Lady Panthers. Trying to put something together there quickly.
Panthers with it now. It just seems to be, I think, that Great Crossing pressure that they put on when they, in the times that they lose possession, really has Frankfort High a little bit rattled. And once the Panthers manage to get the ball back, they just really don't know what to do with it. I think they're just sort of panicking because they don't want to have it taken off of their feet, especially so far on their own side of the field. So here's the shot up, and that one's going to be wide.
That's a big problem they're having. They get the ball taken off their feet pretty quickly by these Lady Warhawks.
Yeah, and losing the ball like that just causes that little bit of doubt in the minds of the defenders. And a lot of times your defenders are the players that maybe aren't as comfortable with the ball at their feet anyway.
Brooklyn Hubbard comes in for Maxwell.
That goal kick goes astray. It's going to set up a chance for great crossing here.
Oh, couldn't get it settled on her foot.
Can't get a settled touch. There's the shot from distance. Goal number 4.
Gosh.
And
that was a rocket.
All but one of them are coming at least on the edge of the box or outside the box. So this is really a repeat of what we saw on Tuesday night as Kendall Crump with their second goal from distance in a row.
That's her 3rd goal of the night. She has a hat trick in the 38th minute of the first half.
Takes the touch with the left, sets the right, and sets up the shot with the left. Now Frankfort High really just, it's kind of damage control at this point.
Yeah, it's that was a demoralizing one right there.
Yeah, I said the last thing you want to do is turn 3-0 into 4-0, and that's precisely what happened.
There was a case right there where Crossing didn't quite know where to go with the ball. You don't see it often, but she got down there and had no one.
Yeah, Frankfort High is just really trying to play that route one, just trying to get the ball forward as quickly as possible, and a lot of times that pass just isn't there, unfortunately, but I mean, that's really kind of what they're left with. At this point, if they want to have any chance of getting back in it, great crossing. I believe that's Addington. She tried to curl it in with the right foot and just caught the side of it.
She runs through that defense like they're standing still.
Yeah, she's had an excellent game.
She's done that a couple of times. She's not going to show up on your score sheet, but she has really put pressure on.
10 seconds left. It's great crossing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Still trying to put another one on, but as it stands, 4-0, your score. We've reached halftime. It's all Warhawks here in the championship of the 41st District Tournament. Stay with us. We'll have the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show coming up here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crusher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. Reach out to the Hubbard team for all your real estate needs.
Classic Goldmaster Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street in Frankfort.
It's halftime at the 41st District Championship. It's the Great Crossing Lady Warhawks 4 and the Frankfort Lady Panthers 0. Here's some highlights on the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show. There's Addington. Long shot there.
Yeah, the intent was clear early, Lanny. Great Crossing was going to try to test that goal from Hannah Gaines and the Lady Panthers, and that's exactly what happened, and getting their reward with the left-footed shot from distance there from Kaylee Tyson, which opened up the scoring.
And now it's the Kendall Crump show. Kendall Crump. Oh!
So close to having 4 goals in the first half.
She's been a force. This is sister to sister. This is the senior to the sophomore. Beautiful ball, and hard to miss that one.
Yeah, I believe that's goal number 27 for her on the season. We're about to see goal number 28.
That made it 2-0 early on.
That one from distance just has speed on it.
Absolute rocket shot. That was her second goal.
And she wasn't done.
Wow, she was in traffic there. I just noticed how much traffic she was in there. And that takes the score to 4-0.
That's where we stand here. 4-0 your score. As great crossing on top of Frankfort High. And we will have second half action coming up. So stay with us here on Cable 10 Game of the Week.
My best money tip is,
allow your money and other people's money to make money for you.
Think generationally, past yourself. Save, save, save.
Even if it's just $5.
Spend money on things that make sense to buy twice.
Pay back your student loans as fast as you can.
Take good care of your credit because it's buying power.
Start a retirement fund and invest in my 401k.
My best money tip is prepare for everything to go right.
Confidently manage your finances with more solid advice from Westbanco. Money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does.
There's a reason why Toyota is America's best-selling retail brand. It's the quality, dependability, and reliability that you expect from Toyota. And that starts right here in the USA, where Toyota has invested over $49 billion into 11 different manufacturing plants, including the newest one, a battery plant for its electrified vehicles. There are now 13 different Toyotas built in the USA, with more on the way. America drives Toyota. Let's go places.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Westbanco Bank. Money doesn't make you wealthy, understanding it does. So let's talk. Learn more at westbanco.com. The Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. The Game of the Week is brought to you by The Floor Show. The Floor Show wishes everyone a great sporting season. Be sure to see us for all your flooring needs and personalized customer service. We are just minutes away in Lawrenceburg at 1110 Bypass South, or call us at 502-839-6917. Follow and like us on Facebook too.
David Toll's Auto Pro customers can't go anywhere without him. No matter where life takes you, the David Toll's Auto Pro nationwide warranty is by your side.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Goins Insurance. Family owned, family operated, protecting Central Kentucky since 1949. Call us for the same great rates and great service you've always been given. Call 502-875-4270 for your quote today.
It's all over if they hit this field goal.
Buying or selling a home can be as exciting as winning the big game on a last-second field goal. Or it can be just as devastating if the kick doesn't go in.
And the kick goes up, and it's no good. Home team loses.
That's why in real estate it always helps to be on a winning team. Choose Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher.
Real estate is what we do.
And families are why we do it.
Wait, how'd you get in here?
Low credit. This looks impossible. Kate.
That's what I'm talking about.
Didn't try that again. The average first shot. How do I get to good credit? No obstacles on this one. Here we go.
Credit scores can be loan obstacles too. Get credit advice for life from Westbanco. Money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does.
Around here, it's all or nothing. That's why your Toyota dealer has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, like the best-selling Toyota Camry or the stylishly advanced new Corolla. Now get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 Corolla or Camry while supplies last, or lease a new 26 Corolla for $209 a month or a Camry for just $279 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
David Toll's Auto Pro customers can't go anywhere without him. No matter where life takes you, the David Toll's Auto Pro nationwide warranty is by your side.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealer has all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way, including more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else. Like the adventurous Toyota RAV4. It's been America's best-selling SUV for the past 8 years. Now with 4.75 APR financing. Or lease a new 25 RAV4 from just $309 a month. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
As the sun recedes over the tree line surrounding Benny Watkins Field, and you see those rays cascading onto the field, we get ready to start the second half here in the girls' 41st District Championship. Great Crossing on top, and comfortably so, 4-0 over Frankfort High, and the Lady Panthers have quite the hill to climb if they want to get back into this one.
All Lady Warhawks so far. They've, I think we counted the number of times that the Great Crossing keeper handled the ball, and it was less than 3. They have not been able to possess the ball, and Great Crossing has done a really great job of just playing keep away and scoring when they have the opportunity.
You know, I talked earlier in the game about, you know, the comparison between this game and the game last season between these very two same schools. And the thing that came up in my mind was how much better Frankfort High is, but I think this Great Crossing team's quite a little bit better too.
Yeah, Trevor Klein has this team ready to go.
Great Crossing.
The 11th region tournament coming up soon, and they will be in the top half of the bracket anyway after winning their district.
And even in the top half of a bracket like that one, it's always a meat grinder, and you're always, you know, every game, you know, at that point it really is your last game, of course, because it's the postseason, but every game is tough. So Great Crossing battle tested, and they look like they're rounding into shape at just the right time.
They are. Here they are possessing the ball, just trying to grind out the minutes here.
There's one gone.
Yeah, we're a minute in, and they've had most of the ball just to start the half.
Yeah, and really the thing that's impressing me so much is how hard they work once they lose the ball to get it back.
Yeah, it's immediate. There's no hesitation.
This is shot way from distance, and that almost wound up being a perfect cross. Might have been a cross. I don't know. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But earns a corner nonetheless. That was number 10, Kaylee Tyson, who's got a goal so far tonight, and that one had a nasty little hook to it.
She was playing on the back line, too. It wasn't like she was playing even center half. She was playing back line.
You see
had it all the way up.
Sorry, if you see in the background there, the boys for Frankfort High getting ready as they'll take on the Great Crossing Warhawks on the boys' side. Make sure you stay with us. Following this game, we'll have that action for you, and that should be quite the barn burner of a game. I think those are two pretty evenly matched teams, Lanny.
I think so, too. I was on the call for the game the other night. Went to overtime when Logan Hepp had a ball fall at his feet, and he jammed it in the back of the net in overtime to secure the 1-0 victory.
Yeah, and that was a really impressive goal because he's shooting across the face of goal, across his body. That takes a lot of skill and a lot of coordination to do.
He was excited about it. He ripped his shirt off after the game, ran to the cameras.
Yeah, ever since we started putting the camera on the field, the players have really done it's been a lot of fun watching them react to it.
Yeah, the kids know how to find the camera these days.
And it's so cool to be able to put these things on because we know the kids go back and watch it later, and we're always glad that we're able to come out here to see Emma Johnson finally getting a touch, her first touch of the second half, and the cross, unfortunately, a little bit too much on it.
Wardlow to Johnson, and then back to the crossing. Looking up the left-hand side here.
Yeah, one thing you saw right there was that run down the left channel. I believe that was Audrey Addington.
This is a really good ball into the corner.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get a corner out of that. Now we reset. Nice move.
Yeah, great cut back to get it on her right foot. That was Tyson. You see how deep Emma Johnson's having to come just to get a touch on the ball for Frankfort High.
Here she is again, ball on the right
foot. Going up against Tyson, and that time some nice defending.
This has been a really clean game. Not a lot of dirty play, not a lot of ticky-tack. Something that's been really impressive, sportsmanship.
Yeah, we've seen that pretty much throughout the tournament on both sides. There's been a little bit of nothing you'd think would be out of line for a rivalry game. Last night it was really clean between Western Hills and Frankfort High, and Western Hills I think just shell-shocked early in that game on the boys' side, never really could get out of first gear.
I don't think Coach Klein or Coach Craycraft would put up with much of that. They're just not those types of guys. Of course, the Warhawks on Tuesday night, they didn't stop trying to score the ball.
Yeah.
Ending up with 13 goals, but.
Yeah, and that's just the the nature of where the mercy rule is now. We are dealing with where they have to play at least one half, and really you can only sort of play the team that's out in front of you.
Right. I mean, they had all their subs in, and you can't ask your subs to stop playing.
Yeah.
Tyson in not a big hurry here. She just, sort of controlling the ball out there. As I say, they're playing clean. She gets knocked down.
As someone whose only contribution to a goal in my short high school career was against a team that was getting blown out, you always play to the best of your abilities. It doesn't matter who's in front of you.
Right.
Because it might be your only chance to ever have anybody know you were there.
As I say that, we get a little push there out of bounds.
Yeah. They heard you, and they're like, well, we'll show you clean.
Okay, show you. That's right. We can play a little bit dirty. Now we're going to reset, go the wrong direction, change field.
We haven't checked the nets either. We had a bat in the net earlier in the tournament. seasonally appropriate, I suppose.
That's correct.
Shot
Crump
there, had space, but that one just didn't have enough power. So a little bit too far out. Wouldn't have been surprised to see it hit the back of the net, given the kind of game she's had. But this one falling into the hands of our goalkeeper, Taylor Gaines.
It wasn't a great effort there. That was. She probably wants that one back.
That one right to the feet of Johnson. Frankfort High with the rare chance to break here.
Tried a little chip. Right idea. Just good defense. And this is Great Crossing just getting possession back as soon as possible. Play on, says the umpire or referee.
Yeah, counter pressing, and it's become a very popular style of play over the past few years. It kind of emanated from the German leagues and the pace of play, that pressing high
dangerous here.
That pressing high upon losing possession and getting it back, and once you do, you've just created so many overloads.
Bailey Maxwell had a shot there, but didn't quite get it square. Right here, tried to settle, no, tried to one-time it and just never got it squared up.
Yeah, she was having to kind of go through a forest, so to speak, of white shirts there, and it was going to take something special to get it into the back of the net.
Just a Floor Show replay. Thanks to them for their sponsorship. Nice turn. Runs into a defender and just says, okay, I'll kick it back. No need to rush.
And one thing also with Great Crossing is just positional discipline. I mean, right there you saw, I believe that was Addington. Could have chased that one down, but instead she didn't want to lose position, didn't want to leave all that space behind her. And there's something to be said for that. You want to, if you're giving up possession, you want to keep the ball and you want to keep the attacker in a place where they can do the least amount of damage.
Oh, little bit of drama right there, but
yeah,
not for long.
Baird hasn't had a lot to do tonight and almost made a meal of that.
Here's Addington. Just doing what she does, moving the ball down the field through defenders.
Yeah, she was trying to play that one before, I believe, to Finley Eisen, and Eisen just had to keep herself on side and kind of stopped her momentum.
Addington has great speed with the ball. That's the nice thing about her. She can outrun you with the ball. Great ball there.
Yeah, I was looking for the flag to
Here's
see
Maxwell.
if there was an offside or not, and Maxwell takes the shot, and that time two-handed save to push it out for the corner. Flag stayed down.
Taylor Gaines with another save. I'll give her 10.
So yeah, it was actually coming in to defend on the play. Cameron ended up playing the Great Crossing attacker onside.
Great effort by Gaines there. I will not give you that 5th goal. Big foot. Good gosh.
And just, I think there was so much heat on that cross that it just really hit the head of Kendall Crump there and just kind of died.
That came with some pace.
You got number 11, Abigail Vaught, coming in.
They may tell her not to take more corners.
Yeah. Should just try to hook that into the goal.
I've seen that done. We had a teammate in rec ball that liked to just put it in the goal as often as he could, even from the corner.
That cross nearly found its way to Abby King, just based on the English of the shot. There's Wardlow trying to hold up play.
It's a touch 1-on-4 though.
Gets it to Johnson, and Johnson's second touch was just a little bit too heavy.
Nice defense there. And gets a throw. Good job, Madeline Starkley, the senior. She'll take the throw.
And the throw comes in, and Great Crossing again, just stepping into the lane. Now Wardlow, 1-on-3, just gets crowded out.
Yeah, she's given up about a foot in height to a couple of her counterparts there.
And really, Wardlow and Johnson have both had to take up positions so deep in their own half,
Nice
based
job.
on where you'd want your attackers to play.
Kendall Crump back in the game. A little surprised that she's going to spend a lot of time out here. This match feels like it's in hand. If they want to rest her, they could. I suppose you got to play to stay sharp, though. That was to no one. Oh.
I was just getting there. I think it was Pony Express.
It looked like to no one, but coming up to get it, Finley Ison.
That crossfield pass had a
Heavy
little bit
touch.
more zip on it, and maybe too much.
Heavy touch. See how long the Lady Panthers keep possession here of the throw in. The crowd is calling for a handball. Doesn't matter too much.
Crowd says a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a chip into the box and picked up by the keeper. I believe that's the first time the keeper has had to pick up the ball.
Yeah, Wardlow giving chase there and just still trying everything. And this one falls well for Johnson, nearly getting a little bit of space, and she doesn't need an invitation to shoot from that distance. She scored from there last night, but this time Great Crossing doing a great job of snuffing out the danger before it became worse. Nice tackle. You could see where the Warhawks wanted to go with the pass, and Pyrus saw that as well, and she put a stop to it. Coming all the way across the field, sliding in at the perfect time.
She's played really hard this game.
Yeah, her preferred position is over there on the right wing, and she's had to really take up positions that are far away from that point just to get in on the defending, as we've got a free kick for Great Crossing just outside the box, and I think I know plenty of Warhawks who'd like a shot at this one.
Mason just gets knocked off the ball. Savannah Cameron there.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those old professional fouls where you're trying to stop something worse from happening that we're going to have to deal with here. And we'll see, it looks like it's Tyson lining up to take this.
Referee's going to back up the wall here. Good effort, though, to try to set it up as close as they possibly could.
Yeah, usually once the official turns their back, the wall takes about another couple of steps forward. Left-footed shot in. That one came right at Taylor Gaines, and she's able to take the heat off of it.
Good ball control here for Gaines. Here's the foul.
Let's see this collision again, and it's really a wonder that both of those players got up. And you see some nice sportsmanship as well. Yeah.
She's like, oops.
Yeah, no real argument there.
She tried to help her up, and I don't think she was having that, but that's okay. She did make the effort to try to help her up. This is watch the Lady Warhawks possess the ball time right here.
Yeah, they're just so comfortable. They know exactly where the pass is going to be and where they want to go.
Ison on the right-hand side with the cross.
Chips it in and
gets it back now. Now
that
she's
one
got a
stayed
shot.
With Ison. She would have had a shot with the left. Instead, finds her way back to her. She takes it with the right, and that one is punched out with the knee, but it will be another corner for Great Crossing.
They did the short corners most of the first half. They've done a couple of what we call regular corners here in the second half. Gets the ball back to her, tries to settle, and
that was a nice job by Emma King of close control and setting up your teammate. Shot
long
from
shot.
distance. And so far, I will say, I feel like we've seen a pretty good effort right now from Taylor Gaines. She's faced a lot of shots there, and some of them, I mean, a couple of those that scored, you really can't put those on her. And,
no.
And that one, she did a nice job of just smothering it, and that's what you want your goalkeeper to do.
The one shot that she blocked a minute ago where she had to knock it down and then control it, that's really hard to do, especially with the kind of pace that the ball is coming in with. Lady Panthers got a little possession here. See if they can do something with it.
Nice touch to bring it down. But again, maybe just a little bit of anxiety and speculative shot, I think you could say there.
Yeah, Tyson saw an opening, but I think she was a lot farther away than what she thought she was. Be a goal kick. And this has been a struggle area for the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, as you can see, they really, you know, I think they've just gotten to the point where they're like, we're just going to play it on the pitch this time instead of trying to put the ball in the air. But the result is really kind of the same as Great Crossing at pressing well and pressing high.
There's Addington.
Yeah, it's been tough for Frankfort High to link any more than one or two passes together.
Taken
nice
away
job
there.
by Johnson. She has a little bit of space to work in on the right side. Nice cut back, still with it.
Gets it back, and
that time she's just crowded out, and that's a good job of defending on the run there and coming over from midfield to assist with that.
Switching fields to Tyson, who's got some room to run. See if they can get across here.
Finley Eisen has it knocked back in her direction. And that's something to be said for Great Crossing, is attacking in sync but also defending in sync. Being able to like cover space when you see one of your teammates get beat, you know exactly where you need to be.
Deep throw in here.
And what your
Right
responsibilities and assignments are. Still with it.
Pushed out by the defender. Lady Warhawks will reset. Back out to the top. A little bit of pressure from Wardlow, but not tremendous.
Another
Long
shot.
shot.
From distance. They keep testing Hannah Baird, and so far in the second half, I feel like she's done a pretty good job.
Taylor Gaines has 13 saves by my count.
Taylor Gaines, I saw the wrong goalkeeper name. Hannah Baird's the one that's kind of had an off night. She's had the night off tonight. Here comes Great Crossing again.
Addington just
all the
using her
patience and
speed.
confidence you'd want to see. Here's Addington with the back. Tried to lay it off to, I believe that was one of the Crump sisters there. And now, Autumn Wardlow just trying to run onto this to see if she can force that Great Crossing defender into a mistake. But not that time. And to a large degree, this is playing out as just kind of a repeat of the first half.
Very much
maybe
so.
not the goal output to show for it quite yet. But Great Crossing more than in control here. Here comes the cross. Looking for, I believe that was Kaylin Crump running in towards the near post. As you saw Finley Eisen, the senior.
Stab down, and Great Crossing back at it. It's Brooklyn Hubbard. Too close together there.
Zach King trying to play it into the path of, I believe that was Kendall Crump up top.
Addington.
There's Addington. She's been pretty impressive tonight.
She really has. Controls the ball well. Great pace.
Now she's carrying it from the left side of the field to the right.
Yeah, she's been their mailman, so to speak. She carries the ball from one end to the other.
And that's the thing, Great Crossing has had possession so high up the pitch tonight that, you know, that's one of those things where that's kind of the player that you want bringing it from your side of the pitch to the other side of the pitch. And when she's had to do that, she's really been impressive, has Addington.
The referee called a foul there. I didn't see a whole lot there, but can't fault him for the call.
Just had to remind us he was there.
Big boot.
Yeah, Johnson with a nice job to bring that under control.
Great control there. She dropped that ball and
a little bit
sent
of
it
space.
forward.
Abby Vaught on the far side in a foot race with Warhawks.
Here she is again. Press up, press up. She's telling her teammate, nope.
Yeah, that's part of the problem is you're having to lay so many people back that when you do get possession, it can be really difficult to have enough bodies shifting forward in time to really set up a coherent attack.
Tyson just run through the defense there. It's a little heavy-handed. And we'll have a goal kick.
Yeah, great crossing still with the lion's share of the possession, but maybe a little bit of a, foot just kind of lifting off the gas just a tiny bit. You see Catherine Craycraft coming into the game.
Number 14, Brooklyn Hubbard, and number 24, Cameron Kenny.
Brooklyn Hubbard and Cameron Kenny in as well. Goal kick is played close. Don't like that right in the middle of the field, but Lady Warhawks glad to take it back under their side of the pitch.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit, great crossing. Just they're patient. They're kind of going through the gears here. They're just, they're waiting for their chance, and it's probably a good idea for them to, they're getting a little bit of experience or just some practice rather, and just playing it all across the field instead of just having your attackers all crashing it at the same time, because you're going to need to really be sharp in this area of your game with the 11th region tournament coming up.
I love their positional discipline. They're never crowding each other. It's really smart.
It's a lot
soccer.
of pass and move, and you see them always kind of forming that triangle. There's always at least two places for the person with the ball to go with their pass.
Always. We are in the 24th minute here. I want to thank our sponsors again, David Tolles Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service, Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher, West Banco, Central Kentucky Toyota dealers. At the conclusion of this game, we will have the play of the game sponsored by Central Kentucky Toyota dealers, the player of the game sponsored by Esprit Credit Union, and the post-game recap also sponsored by Esprit Credit Union.
And a little bit too much of the shoulder by Emma Johnson on Kaylee Tyson for a great crossing, and she's the one that's going to line up to play in this left-footed free kick. Hooked that one a little wide.
She looks a little disappointed at that, but
Emma Johnson maybe just a little frustration on that foul, and she's starting to see that, they're not going to be able to lift the crown tonight more than likely, but
they still have a game to go. They still have a game in the region. So.
Yep, and she's just a junior, and she's really been so impressive for this Frankfort High team, and it's going to be fun to see what she does in her senior season.
It's not Western Hills, Mr. PA announcer. Frankfort gets a short possession and then back to the Warhawks on the attack. That ball made it all the way through.
Through ball.
Wow.
Cross comes in and it'll take a deflection off of a Panther, and we've got yet another great crossing corner. We should have found a sponsor for that.
15 minutes to go here in the 41st District Championship.
You see the Frankfort High coaching staff watching this great crossing corner from pretty good vantage point.
That was a little discombobulated. Not sure what they were trying to do there, but crossing ends up with the ball.
Just hoofing it out that time is Frankfort High.
Switch fields here. Tyson carries it into the middle, and
yeah, it's kind of just shooting practice from distance at this point.
Yeah, that was pretty far off target. I thought it was a pass, but maybe not.
She opened up our scoring tonight, and looks like she's after number 2. She wants to catch up with Crumps. Frankfort High just never really so far able to get any kind of threat on goal. I still don't even think they've had a shot on goal yet.
Maybe one, but not on goal. I think they had an attempt, but yeah, I don't think they've had many. They just haven't been able to string more than 2 or 3 passes together. That ball makes it all the way through. Here's a cross.
Well, they've been stretched
dangerous
all across the field, and that is.
Did they call offside?
Yeah, I think it was offside on the far side.
Oh, out of bounds,
Let's
maybe.
Take a look at this here as we. Let's take a look, and just going out, and you can almost see.
Usually they will be a little bit generous on that kind of ball, but not this time. Call it out.
Yeah, the official right on top of that. Here's Finley Ison. Might be a little upset that that goal got taken away from her.
Sent it into the middle, but nobody there. Frankfort on the counterattack, but not for long.
You know, Frankfort High is really going to want to at least notch 1 goal on the scoreboard, but they've got to get it over to the other side of the field first. Cross comes in. Great crossing, just wanting to pile on the misery here for the Lady Panthers.
Trying to clear it. No such luck yet. Now we see a cross.
This one coming in. That was number 18, Kendall Crump, getting her head to it.
Kendall Crump, just a sophomore. Oh,
Shot
look at
from
this.
distance, just couldn't keep anything under it.
Was that good on the field goal? I couldn't tell.
Might have been. It's tough to tell from our vantage point here. Let's take a look at the floor show replay here. And
it's good.
Yeah. Snuck it in the right upright.
It would count for 3 tomorrow.
Speaking of, you'll be bringing us the action tomorrow night.
Eminence comes to town to face the same Frankfort Panthers over in Bell Point. I believe it is senior night.
Yeah, I think senior night's going to be the week after that against Sayre. But
oh, is that the next week? Okay, I thought it was this week. But anyway, Eminence is coming to town tomorrow night. We'll have football on the game of the week. We've had so many games of the game of the week this week.
Yeah.
But so glad to be bringing you soccer here on the with the 41st District Tournament on the game of the week. And
I'd say it was an embarrassment of riches, but I'm not embarrassed at all.
If you like high school sports, this is your week. We'll have the we'll have the 41st District Volleyball Tournament coming up in a couple of weeks.
That's right. Fun doesn't stop.
That'll be myself and Clint Goins on the call on several of
That
those. Is that a
shot
goal?
sneaks its way in. That is going to be the 5th goal for the Warhawks, and that is going to be goal number 4 for Kendall Crump. Just keeps piling them on. Let's take a look at this. This is definitely maybe the least aesthetically pleasing, but they all count the same. That one took a big deflection off of a Panther and off of the goalpost. And you can see the expression on Taylor Gaines' face, just wondering how that managed to get into the back of her net. And Crump is maybe...
I think she's done for the night.
Yeah. 4 goals on the night. I think you can call that a decent night's work. 5-0 your score. 10:34 left in this one, and great crossing. Well on their way to lifting the 41st District crown again.
Now you wonder if they're just trying to keep a clean sheet here, if they're just trying to get some good work in or get all the subs in.
Yeah, it might be time to, soccer's a little bit different. It's kind of difficult to really, you can get subs in, but if you're kind of trying things to see how they work, it's not like other sports. You can't, your play is dependent on where your opponent is on the field, so you don't really have control over that. But
the game flows as it flows, so to speak.
So besides changing formation, there's not a whole lot you can do on the fly to maybe, just see what works, but you can't bring new players in and see how they react to a tournament atmosphere, because there's a very good chance you might need them coming up in the 11th region tournament, which both of these teams will take part in.
Cameron Kinney out there with it. Works it all the way over to the left-hand side by herself. She's out of position now, taken away.
There's Emma Johnson. Just boots it, trying to get it into the path of Autumn Wardlow. And I believe she picked that up. Well, linesman had a decent look at it. From here, it looked like she was right on the edge of her box picking that up.
She backed up and then picked it up. I thought she was going to pick it up too soon also.
Now Great Crossing will attack down the left side with the wind in their sails and a 5-goal lead, but this one goes right back to the Panthers. Pires finds Emma Johnson, and really it's just been Johnson and Wardlow attacking against the entire back line.
Here's a chance for Johnson.
Johnson takes it herself, nearly sneaks it in the far post. That was really close. It looked like she might have been looking for Wardlow to make that far post run, and Wardlow was kind of playing narrow.
A really nice take at it, though.
Yeah, let's take a look at this again.
Just willed the ball past the defense.
Yeah, just a mistake there by the Great Crossing defender, and then Emma Johnson using her control and pace. I believe she was taking that as a shot.
Definitely a shot.
Yeah.
Got under the keeper there. I think she was even a little surprised at how much pace it had on it.
Yeah, and that just shows you the skill of the player, being able to put one that close from that distance and that angle. Now Johnson finding Wardlow. Wardlow just muscled off of the ball that time, and
she was running full tilt when she got that shot off too.
Hannah Beard a little bit more cautious in where she picks the ball up that time. We can start kind of maybe kicking around, talking about the all-tournament team now. As I think there are a couple names that share a last name that probably write themselves into that all-tournament team in Penn, and that would be the Crump sisters. You look at Frankfort High, Emma Johnson I think has to be on there. I think you also look at somebody like Autumn Wardlow, who had such a great game last night.
Right.
And she's been just put in a real yeoman's effort tonight.
John, you've seen every one of these games and been on the call all week. Who else has impressed you on Frankfort's side? I've heard the name several times tonight, and I'm trying to find it here.
Rebecca Pires, number 5, she was really impressive last night, and seen some impressive play out of the goalkeeper Taylor Gaines, even though she's kind of gotten roughed up a little bit tonight. A lot of those, the keeper really can only do so much.
Right. She's never given up tonight. There was no quit in her, not ever.
We're talking about goalkeepers making the all-tournament team. Hannah Baird, no fault of her own, she really doesn't have a lot to do in this tournament.
No, she had. She didn't even get the save a minute ago.
It's kind of like, well,
ball got underneath of her.
What am I supposed to do? I can't make an all-tournament team when the ball doesn't even come towards my goal. Get a free kick from about 10 yards outside the box, played on the ground.
Oh, what a
nice
stop.
Job, right on cue by Gaines to get down and stop that one. It'll be a goal kick.
Let's see, Tyson
got past the wall.
Yep, Tyson opened up the scoring the other night. Bailey Maxwell had 2 goals, and Kendall Crump had 2 goals. Kaylin Crump had 2 goals. Peyton Maxwell had a couple of goals.
Do we put Bailey Maxwell in there because it's her birthday? The credentials hold up, so it's not as if we're just giving a gift.
No, she's had a couple of good games.
We're going to get Coach Craycraft getting some players some minutes here as we tick down under 5 minutes left in this game. Great Crossing authoritatively taking the 41st District crown.
Do you have a preference on which?
thinking some of the other players that I've been impressed by on some of the other teams. You know, for the game one with Clint and myself, Jayla Bowen was really, really impressive in that game and showed a lot of skill, and I think she's the type of player that she could slot into any one of these teams, either of these teams tonight, and probably show just as much skill.
Yeah, that was the playing game with Frankfort Christian, right?
No, that was actually Western Hills.
Oh, Western Hills, Franklin County. Deep ball in, that's onside, I think.
That's dangerous, but again, we have Taylor Gaines coming in to wrap it up and doing a little sweeper keeper action.
Stop down, nice stop, nice control.
Warhawks still attacking, still trying to get that 6th goal.
Under 4.
Make sure you stay with us after this game, as we will have a lot of fun festivities going on in the post game.
We'll have a trophy presentation for sure.
And we'll find out who the all-tournament team is, I believe, and then stay with us because we are going to have the boys' side of the bracket, these same 2 schools going at it for the 2nd year in a row as a handball right outside the box, and there'll be a free kick for Great Crossing. That should be a barn burner of a game. I think both of those teams with a point to prove after last season.
We will also, at the conclusion of this one, have the play of the game brought to you by the Central Kentucky Toyota dealers, and the player of the game brought to you by Express Credit Union, and the post-game recap brought to you by Express Credit Union. So that's all coming up.
And recap, we just want to make sure that's said and not what I said last night twice. So
I don't know what you said last night.
Yeah, well, just no need to get back into that.
Brad was in my seat last night. Brad's forgotten more soccer than I know, but that's okay.
Yeah, we're really glad to have him, and it's been fun working with yourself, with Brad Thomas last night, and with Clint on night 1. So it's been a blast here.
I bet you're tired of talking at this point, possibly, no?
Well, I dip in and out.
2 minutes.
Warhawks just cruising into the 11th region tournament. They'll be in the top half of the bracket. They've certainly earned it tonight. But not letting up on the pressure is a nice cutback there, and Frankfort High is going to have to they're going to have to keep their working boots on just to keep this one at 5-0.
One more corner here. We'll see if they do the short corner. They certainly set up for it.
Well, at least they put the ball at the appropriate spot. We saw some really inventive use of that corner last night, and might see it again, as that was a Shigoya for Frankfort High that was kind of taking some liberties with that, and they'll be playing again here in just a little bit, so make sure you stay with us as we tick away this 41st District Girls Soccer Championship 2025 crown, and Great Crossing a minute away from getting the trophy and bringing it back to Georgetown.
Yeah, they've already got a pretty extensive trophy case for a school that's only been in existence for, I think this is the 7th year. State basketball championship last year.
That's right. And it's not going to be too long before we have basketball here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
That's right.
As we're
it's right around the corner.
Inching closer in the last 2 days. It's finally felt vaguely like fall. So, you know, we're well into fall sports right now, and it's going to be basketball season before you know it.
Yeah, and it looks like we will have at least one team in football, Franklin County, that has a good chance to make a deep playoff run, as they did last year, going all the way to the state championship game.
That's right. Speaking of weather, that state championship game, as many other people watching where I was in the house, and that is as cold as I've been in a long, long time. But red hot were the Great Crossing Warhawks, and they will take the 41st District Soccer Championship over Frankfort High 5-0 as both these teams move on to the 11th Region Tournament.
We'll be back with the play of the game brought to you by Central Kentucky Toyota Dealerships, and the player of the game and the post-game recap brought to you by Esprit Credit Union.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealers have all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way. Now, during Toyota Truck Month, they've got more all-wheel drive choices, like the legendary 4Runner, the world-renowned Land Cruiser, the powerful Tundra, or this best-selling 25 Tacoma, which you can get with 2.99 APR financing, or lease a well-equipped 25 Tacoma for $269 a month. Get your Tacoma now during Toyota Truck Month. Toyota, let's go places.
The Game of the Week was brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. Esprit Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Show your local spirit with a spirited debit card featuring your school colors and mascot. Open an Esprit Spirited account today and let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Esprit Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Score $5 for the high school of your choice simply by opening a spirited account featuring your school colors and mascot on your debit card. Show your support, Flyers, Panthers, or Wolverines. Who will raise the most? Go to Esprit.org today. Choose wisely. Western Hills, Franklin County, Frankfort High. Let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to the Cable 10 Game of the Week. Here is the Central Kentucky Toyota Dealerships play of the game.
Really, this is as pretty of a team goal as you're going to find. Definitely one of the prettiest that we've seen so far in this tournament, Lanny. Just total football.
Starts at midfield. Great through ball. Sister to sister. Goal! Kendall Crump.
Making the run all the way from midfield, Kendall Crump, and getting what she deserves for that effort.
Now it's time for the post-game recap brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. I'm sorry, we're doing the player of the game brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. I read the wrong line.
Well, you can't tell the story of this game without mentioning this player right here. That is Kendall Crump, and she was making her intent clear early.
Off the post, but she did not miss after that.
You're going to see a lot of her in that post-game recap that we're talking about.
Another one from distance. The left foot this time from distance.
What a pretty strike.
Let's see, right foot this time or left? It's left.
Goes back to the left and
off the post.
Putting the defenders off. Got a little lucky there, but can't win the lottery unless you buy a ticket.
Now it's time for the post-game recap brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. I apologize, I had my things out of order. This was the Kendall Crump show, but it got started in the 4th minute with Ms. Tyson.
Yeah, it's early and often.
Well, first we show Taylor Gaines first, but
yeah.
Yep. There's Ms. Tyson. She gets the scoring going. Then it's the Kendall Crump show.
Yeah, the Crump sisters doing what they did the first time these two teams played and really dictating the outcome.
Birthday girl Maxwell to Crump. That's 2-0.
Yeah, just moving the ball so well, patient in attack, but once you see a opening, getting a green light and firing it in.
Both feet, left, right. And we're about to do the 41st District tournament, all-tournament team. And you can hear the public address announcer getting ready to do that. We'll take a listen here as we show you the last of the highlights. Kendall Crump with their 4th goal. 5-0 Lady Warhawks. They take the district tournament championship. And that was the Esprit Credit Union play of the game and player of the game and the post-game recap. All right, they're doing the 41st District All-Tournament team now.
We'll let you in on a little bit of that as we've already had a couple of players from night one. And and as you see the sun setting right there, a beautiful view over the horizon. And now we're going to take a look at some beautiful highlights of some great goals scored by Great Crossing in this one, Lanning.
Yep. Taylor Gaines did all she could do tonight. She had 15 saves unofficially.
Yeah, there's no stopping a couple of these. And just the pressure started early and never stopped really for the Frankfort High defense, and they were just kind of scrambling all night just to keep the ball out of the own penalty area. And with passing like this from Great Crossing, it was really an impossible task.
So that was the second this is the second Kendall Krupp goal. She went on to score 4 goals on the night. And tell you what, we will step aside here and come back with the boys' game in a few minutes.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed that. 6-0 your score. Great Crossing takes home the 41st District title. And we'll have the boys' action coming up here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. Stay with us.
And your KTP from Great Crossing, another round of applause for the 41st District ROC.
Yo, watch this, watch.
This time, we would like to announce both Frankfort and Great Crossing will be playing in next week's regional tournament. Also, let's give it up for the 41st District runner-up, Frankfort High. Right now, your 41st District champions, Great Crossing!